Hei moikka, hei nyt tultiin TOTEMin osastolle ja meillä on täällä heidän niin kuin pääinsinööri Vince paikalla ja siellä on TOTEMilta tullut nyt pari uutta mielenkiintoista mallia ja koitan saada vähän tämä insinööri nyt kertoa meille, että mistä niin on kysymys ja mikä on tämän suunnittelun taustalla. Hi, it's pleasure to meet you here.
Pleasure to meet
I
you
hope
also.
that the exhibition has been successful this far.
Tremendous success for us.
Yes, you know the amount of people here.
It's full.
It is full, yes.
It's wonderful coming to Munich. It is the center of Europe, let's say, for this type of sound demonstration.
What's new now?
Well, TOTEM is proud to show for the first time in Europe a model called the TOTEM Tribe Thunderbird.
Thunderbird, yes.
The Thunderbird is a thing to remember because the Thunderbird on our logo is the most important of the logos of TOTEM for the last 40 years.
Yeah, it's so well known.
And in addition, what we are showing with the Thunderbird is drivers that we build in-house, as you see, that have incredibly strong magnetics and a system that we are able to use the resonance frequency very low. That means that this woofer has a resonance frequency of 26 hertz.
It's very low.
Very low. And that means that at 27 and up, it has no problems. It does not lose control.
But then the mass of the cone has to be quite high indeed as well.
Not high at all.
Okay,
believe it or not, it's against what people think. They think that the resonance frequency is because of the mass of the woofer. This has a very light cone. And because of the magnetics, we're able to put a suspension that is very soft, but the magnetics.
Okay, so then it's about the suspension actually.
Yes.
What's it about? But then it's a combination of the spider and the upper suspension as well.
Yes.
So what about the magnetic? Do you think that the magnetic field is so strong that it will,
it can control.
So actually, you don't need suspensions at all.
We don't need suspension at all.
Okay.
In our department, we have also tried it completely without a suspension. It still works, but we can't give it to the public and transport it because then it would get out of control. But with this type of magnetic strength and magnetic control, and also the ability of the woofer to have a 14-15 millimeter outward push, 14-15 millimeter inward push.
Linear.
Yes.
Okay. But what's is it neodymium or?
Yes, I'll explain. So here we have N52, which is the strongest type of neodymium.
Okay.
And it is approximately, this large, so it's around 3.5 inches in neodymium. But then we have two other types of ferrous metals. We don't say what they are, but there's two different types of ferrous metals that actually make the magnet appear to this system much larger.
Okay, it's like a
combination.
Yes.
And this combination, and even inside, you see inside the pole piece, we actually machine it.
Okay, yes.
This is the first time you probably see an interior machined pole piece.
Yes.
And this allows us to tune the speaker and make it operate without a crossover. So this speaker not only has a very low resonance frequency, but it has no crossover in front of it. This allows the woofer to be fully engaged in phase. And that what gives the Tribe Thunderbird this amazing dispersion. And a lot of people think, the speaker then at 4, 5, 6,000 hertz will start to beam. It does not beam.
Yeah, okay. But it has to be something also with, because no crossover, so that it's inductance controlled so that it will roll off.
It's the inductance,
yes.
It's the magnetics, and it's also the way that we machine the internals.
Okay.
And that controls it. So I'll explain to you the characteristics of the woofer. So it provides 28 hertz, ruler flat in room, goes up to around 2,000, 2,500, then goes down 5 dBs, and then goes up to 7,000, 8,000, and then goes down the rest of it.
Okay, but probably very often this means also that the phase control and the how you say it in English, how the phase reacts is quite easy.
Yes, very easy.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful on tube electronics, but it's also wonderful on solid state. It works with about anything.
Yeah.
But the most important thing of Torrent is that we're able to get bass that even a 10, 12-inch woofer cannot provide. And these have speedy bass, as you heard here.
Yes, I know this. Actually, yes, we listen to them and it was cut. And something, it's very difficult to point the sound exactly the speaker,
Yes.
which was
That's right.
is
Yes, they aerate and they
it is
distribute
very
the sound.
yes,
So
indeed.
the whole purpose of the Thunderbird is a mythical creature of the air for
Yeah.
the Amerindians, that
Okay,
word.
yeah.
So it is the highest of the air creatures and the spiritual creatures that actually transmit this type of feeling. So we gave it the Thunderbird name, Lucy did, our VP,
Yeah.
because she
Yes,
says,
I have to admit that I was impressed. Of course,
Yes.
so many sounds that the situation to listening is not the best
Yes,
possible
of
you
course.
get. But I think I have ability to
I'm sure
really
you do.
point out if there is the good or not the sound.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And purposefully, you notice that the chassis is just as wide as this woofer.
Yeah.
So it's a very not too tall a chassis, just this wide, and there's only 32 liters in it.
Yes.
And with those 32 liters, we can actually outperform boxes that are 20 times the volume, 30 times the volume with the Torrent technology. We do not need much volume for this type of actuation.
Yeah. But there are two models.
Yes.
6.5 and the 4.
The little 4-inch driver, which we started with, and we've sold, believe it or not, thousands of these pairs in a model called the Tribe Tower.
Okay.
The Tribe Tower Thunderbird, of course, can do more in larger
Yes,
rooms.
of course.
But the Tribe Tower has been revolutionary for us. And again,
Yes.
look at the materials we put in here.
It
It
is.
takes us 3 hours to build one of these drivers from top to bottom in Canada. Machining, assembling, soft.
I was asked to say that this seems quite easy to build up because it's not so complicated objects actually.
No, it doesn't look like a complicated object,
No.
but it's the precision needed.
Yeah, so you need some kind
To the
of
thousands.
CCN
Yes.
machineries.
Yes, very,
Yeah.
very precise CNC. Plus the voice coils are not wound around, capped on, or anything. We use an aluminum vanadium former that
Okay.
dissipates heat, and the magnetics are controlled in a different fashion. Nobody uses aluminum vanadium in a former.
Yes,
We do.
actually it's right. Yes.
And in addition to that, the wire is not round; it's square.
Square.
So we're able to compact in the voice coil
Yeah.
much more than anybody else would.
Yes, the force is much better than.
And it's stronger also.
Yes, of course. Do you have is some kind of patented thing
Well,
or?
I'll tell you what. My daughter, being a lawyer,
Okay.
15 years ago said, well, are we going to patent this? And I asked her, are we going to patent this? She says, you can never protect it. But if they try to copy it, let them try it.
Okay.
So there's things that in magnetics and in speaker design, people can look at it. And I'm sure many people have looked at it. And we've had Tribe now, the Tribe woofer, for 14 years. No one has equaled it. And plus, if they do, they can't reach the price point that we can.
Okay, yes. Yeah. That's a stupid thing because you know how to do it.
We know how to do it, and a driver like this, from top to bottom, this takes us 5 hours of Canadian labor to make one driver.
Okay.
I doubt people would put that much effort and time.
Yeah, okay.
And then these
yeah.
are individually magnetized, and
Okay.
they're magnetized sequentially, meaning that at the end, it's not just the N52 that is magnetized, but the chassis and even the sub-chassis is magnetized.
Okay, and you do everything in house.
Yes, we do everything.
That's something.
That's an advantage.
It
and
is, of
also-
course, it's a cost, and it affects also, of course, the price of the speakers.
Yes, of course.
Indeed. About the prices, actually, I don't know anything about the prices
Well,
yet.
I'll tell you in euros.
Yes,
because
in
that's
euros,
what
yes, of course.
The Tribe Tower is approximately 7,000 euros.
Okay,
And the Thunderbird is double that and a little more.
okay.
So it's 14,
So
17, depending
the
on
price
the finish.
difference is quite big.
It is quite big.
Yes.
But this entails more technology.
Yes, indeed, it looks even different.
And in addition, the Thunderbird has a tweeter. This is the first time we use a graphene dome as a tweeter.
Okay.
Tribe Tower had a textile dome, 33 millimeter. But for us to get the domes aligned and in proper sequence, we used to have to laser etch them to make sure that they were completely round.
Okay.
With the graphene, we don't. So
All
it's an
right,
advantage.
understand, yes.
The monoatomic pattern.
So actually, the speakers are totally different.
Totally different.
Yes, still they are the same serious.
But they still represent an enormous value.
Yeah.
We've had people who came into our room and said, "Oh my gosh, this is affordable." And I said, "Yes, even more, because you can take a kin amp that we produce at 900 euros, put it on the Thunderbirds, and you can make them work wonderfully."
Yes.
They don't need, they're 90.5 per dB efficient,
Yes.
but they distribute the efficiency over a 90-degree window.
What did he say the efficiency was? 90?
90.5.
Oh, it's good.
It's very good.
It's very good.
But it's not only on axis, it's
Yeah.
also off axis, the 90.5. So that makes
Okay.
it doubly efficient
Yes, of course,
for room
of course,
distribution.
of course, yeah.
And hence why it energizes the room more than other speakers.
Have you had any reviews already of these?
Unfortunately not, because it's a brand new product.
Okay, so
and
not-
we're already sold out for the first 3 months of production.
Okay.
But nonetheless, the reviews will come and they'll be glowing.
Yes, actually, I'm interested, to
Well,
make a test.
I'm sure you'll
Yes,
be able
it
to
is.
get them.
Yes, thank you. Some words there.
From a northern country like Finland,
Yeah.
all the very best, and thank you very much to both of
Yes,
you.
it's our honor to be here as well. And olen tosiaan niin kuin vakuuttunut tuosta soundista, että oli niin kuin, täällä on vaikea niin kuin erotella, täällä on niin monen meteliä, erilaiset huoneet ja muuten, mutta tuossa soundissa oli jotain niin kuin, joka on todella hyvää ja erikoista. Meillä oli vaikea, niin kuin, että mikä kautta täällä itse asiassa soikaan, että missä se ääni tulee. Ja se basson, niin kuin puhuttiin tuosta, että kuinka alas se voi mennä, millainen resonanssitaajuus se on, niin mä uskon kyllä, että nämä väitteet on niin kuin totta, että se meni todella alas ja se basso oli täsmällinen. Ja näin, mutta hei, meidän pitää nyt vaan odottaa, että saadaan se testiin tää myöhemmin ja palataan sitten asiaan. Thank you.
Thank you to AV+.
Yes.
And thank you to everyone in Finland. You too, the cameraman.
Bye bye, Finnish audience.
Thank you.
Okay,
All the
thank
best.
you. Bye bye.